on Think America, where we reason first and then converse. I'm Terry Gilberg, your host, and this is that unique talk radio show done in town hall style, where I present thought-provoking conversation starters to real people to get their real voice and their real opinion on the air with me. They can let their hair down in America's town hall. That's what we call it. It gets you thinking through the current events of the day, matters which affect your wallet and your safety and your security and your lifestyle and your behavior, your education, parenting, certainly your politics. So welcome to it. Anything that makes you tick, we generally discuss on this show. We've selected, as per every week, 2 town hall guests. One today is Chris. He is a 30-something financial advisor. He is engaged, so congratulations. Super smart, and he's also a super athlete. He played pro baseball for the Angels once upon a time. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Terry. How are you?
Nice to have you, and thanks for saying yes.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
And the other guy we have is a senior. His name is Dick. He's had quite a career in banking, although he's retired now. He's married. He's got 3 grown kids, 2 grandkids, and he's quite the outdoor hiker. Hi.
Great to be here, Terry.
All right, good. You guys ready?
Certainly.
Ready to go.
And Megan, the millennial, who is always with us doing a cameo, will be with us later on in the program. All right, first things first, I promised we would flush out a little of the Hofstra debate. Dick, I'm going to start with you. Many voters already decided, of course, you're either a Trumper or you're a Hilary Clinton but there's the undecided. Now, it's a narrow field of undecided, so they tell me. Did this debate move the needle for them, would you say?
I believe it may have moved the needle for many, more in favor of Hillary. I am a Republican, mostly conservative. I was cheering for Donald, but he was not prepared. She baited him rather effectively. He took the bait, was peevish, and didn't seem to have a lot of substance.
So are you saying he didn't have a lot? He pretty much won the first section of that debate, the first half. All the polls say that he won it, especially on the TPP.
He was not Reagan-esque. You might recall in 1980...
No, he's Donald Trump, for crying out. Of course he's not Reagan-esque.
I'm talking about preparing. He was not humble enough to prepare himself. Reagan was prepared. He knew he had to dispel the notion that he's this wild, reckless cowboy who doesn't know anything. Trump had the same mission.
But Reagan was a governor. Trump is an outlier. That's what the people say they want. They want somebody to get in there and bust up Washington.
And then what? After we bust it up, then what?
Well, I don't know. I could think of a lot of things, like getting back to founding father ideals. How about that for a new start? Ha!
Look, I would like to see Trump do that. Show us that you'll do that.
All right. But are you a never Trumper?
No.
Not that I'm necessarily a pro-Trumper, but it's the devil you know. That would be the big H Hillary versus the devil you don't know. I don't know how he's going to govern, and neither do you.
Well, there's a good case to be made for choosing the person with the risk versus the person with the certain Hillary, the person with the certainty of continued decline.
And cheating and lying and all the rest.
All of that.
30 years of it.
Not only that, but the old left-wing dogma of soaking the rich to provide free stuff.
Let's leave it there. When we come back, we'll get Chris's point of view on this very topic. I'm Terry. You're listening to Think America. Reason first, then converse. Be right back.
Welcome back to Think America with Terry Gilberg.
Lots of issues to chew on, thought-provoking ideas, not the least of which is flushing out this whole past week, as we all have done, this first of the presidential election debates between Clinton and Trump. Chris, how do you see it? Were undecideds deciding during that debate, and if so, how did they go in your view?
I think from an undecided's perspective, if they didn't take away confidence from Donald Trump, then they weren't paying attention. Preparedness, I agree with Dick. There was a sense of lack of preparedness on his behalf, and to the contrary, Hillary seemed like she was reading off a teleprompter. Her gestures, her facial expressions were timed, in my opinion. There was a cadence to them almost. But the one thing I took away from Donald Trump was, even if he doesn't have an answer today, he's confident that he'll get a good one at least by tomorrow or when he actually needs one.
Well, he's not dumb. We know that. But I find it hard. I find it difficult. He's awkward because it's hard for him to put different concepts together with fluidity. It doesn't come across trippingly on the tongue. Therefore, he repeats. He's searching for where he's supposed to go, and the people want to see that organic street fighter in Donald Trump. Now, he hit it a little bit at the top with the TPP, and Hillary, it was Bill Clinton, and you said this is the gold standard, and on and on and on. And he grabbed the microphone, he grabbed the stage, he was omnipresent up there. Poor Lester Holt. I mean, I didn't even know what Lester was doing. And he was winning points because it was something he knew. He knew trade. He knows about international import, export, and contracts and so forth. But he fell apart a little bit in the second. I call it a draw. What do you call it?
I call it an average. It was an average performance by both. I don't think there was a winner or loser, and I don't think it was substantive enough to even give a good grade. So sure, I guess it was a draw. But again, I would go back to Donald Trump has built an empire for himself that Hillary criticized with a loan from his father. But the guy goes into life and he approaches life and he's trying to get back to America with a winning mentality. You know, as a former athlete, I go into things, I want to win. I want to be the best. I want to succeed. I'm not worried about being criticized for that. And I think he feels the same way.